The Times Siena poll taken earlier in the month has Fetterman beating Oz by 4, Mark Kelly beating Blake Masters by 6, tied in Nevada, and Warnock beating Herschel Walker by 3 points. Now, sadly, we've come to expect polling like this in the days before an election. One of the reasons why Democrats shine in polling, of course, is their voters don't mind screaming their hyper-inclusive, unrealistic brand of politics from the rooftops. Conservatives, branded as the buzzkill voices of reason, tend to be more reserved with pollsters. In 2016, the entire country expected Hillary Clinton to cruise into the White House. Some expected Clinton to beat Trump by possibly 10 points. But there was one outlier, and that was Trafalgar polling, run by Robert Cahaley, who used a completely different algorithm, one that made Trafalgar a household name. Trafalgar found a question that allowed voters afraid of being judged for supporting Donald Trump to be honest. A question the New York Times certainly isn't using. In fact, the New York Times chief political analyst indicating polling is severely skewed toward Democrats of late, tweeting, white registered Democrats are 28% more likely to respond than white registered Republicans, a troubling sign for what he calls non-response bias. Basically, people saying, I'm not answering your questions because I'm worried you're going to judge me for what I say. 28%. You'll never trust a poll again knowing that. And you're not surprised by this. Look at what they say about you once they find out you're a Republican or once they find out you voted for Donald Trump.
Arguably, Trumpism is something akin to a fascist social and political movement.
Why doesn't President Trump condemn racism? His own words and actions tell you why. He's a racist.
Is Donald Trump the least racist person you've ever met?
Donald Trump is vying for the most racist person that I've met these days.
You could put half of Trump's supporters into what I call the basket of deplorables. Right? The racist, sexist, homophobic.
This is all by design. They want you to feel like a pariah, like you might lose your job if people find out who you vote for. It's that bad. So you stop talking. The silent majority has never been as silent as it is today. They want to suppress you. But what they don't realize is that when they silence your political speech, when they suppress people, people just want to vote even more. And we do that behind a curtain. And the more they try to control what you're allowed to think, what you're allowed to believe, what you're allowed to vote for, the more they're going to find that they lose. The left cannot defend what it is doing to this country. They are arsonists of this country. They cannot defend against the reality they create, so they manipulate everything. They gain control over media, tech, education, entertainment. They make it appear as though their ideology is the status quo. Race riots, open borders, no bail, preteen hysterectomies. Americans love this. Americans love being radically woke. They think they're powerful enough to burn this into you like a brand. But Americans hate the forced status quo, and the liberal control over reality is ending. Slowly, the dam is breaking. It's going to take a while. Elon buying Twitter is a massive battle that has been won. Forget the polls. We can all feel the energy in this country. Americans are sick of watching Democrats dismantle the greatest country on earth because of their perceived inequities, which are mostly manufactured to usher in a larger, more controlling government via socialism. That's another part of their plan. Americans are tired of not being represented by the institutions in this country, tired of being trained how to act by the media and by Hollywood. Americans are tired of being talked at and not spoken for.